Hello students, your topic for today is sources of constitution. So the Indian constitution came into existence on 26 November 1949. The Constituent Assembly of 299 members drafted the constitution considering the features of constitutions of the other countries as well from the Government of India Act 1935. There are various sources of Indian constitution, for some features of it are borrowed. There was no hesitation to learn from the experiences of other nations. Hence, the Indian constitution has various features that are borrowed from the other nations. So the Indian constitution has absorbed those features from the other nation constitutions that suited Indian problems and aspirations. Constituent Assembly took the best of the features from everywhere and made them its own. Our constitution has features taken from the Government of India Act 1935. The features are federal system, federal scheme, officer of governor, judiciary, public service commissioner, emergency provisions, details, emergency provisions, administrative details, and so, from Australia, our constitution borrowed concurrent list, freedom of trade, commerce, and intercourse, joint sitting of the two houses of parliament. From Canada, Indian constitution borrowed federation with a strong centre, vesting of residuary powers in the centre, appointment of state governors by the centre, advisory jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. From Ireland, Constitution borrowed directive principle of state policy, nomination of members of Rajya Sabha, method of election of the president. From Japan, the Indian constitution borrowed the procedure established by law. From Soviet Union, that is Russia now, it borrowed fundamental duties and ideal of justice, social, economic and political in the preamble. From United Kingdom, it borrowed parliamentary government, rule of law, legislative procedure, single citizenship, cabinet system, prerogative writs, parliamentary privileges, bicameralism. From US, it borrowed fundamental rights, independence of judiciary, judicial review, impeachment of the president, removal of Supreme Court and High Court judges, post of vice president. From Germany, it borrowed suspension of fundamental rights during emergency. From South Africa, it borrowed procedure for amendment in the Indian Constitution, election of members of Rajya Sabha. From France, it borrowed the Republic, ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity in the preamble. So, the Indian Constitution is a borrowed bag or not? So, the reasons for which we can call that the Indian Constitution is not a bag of borrowing. That first is there are various provisions that are borrowed from the other nations, but they are absorbed in the Indian Constitution to suit in 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 polity and governance, and they are not exactly copied. So the Indian constitution is the most detailed constitution of the world, where the American constitution has only 7 articles and Australian constitution has an only 128 article. Indian constitution originally constituted 395 articles, which are now increased to 448 articles. Indian constitution is unique in its content and spirit. It is drafted considering the historical perspective of the Indian nationalist struggles, the geographical diversity of India, and the traditional character and its traditions and the characteristics which are totally different from any other nation. That's all. Thank you.